behavior, predicting fraud, and using those outcome finding. Now, you may be aware or may not be aware. Amazon has created a internal team which is which always work on detecting the fraud or the fake orders, because every time there are a lot of customers who are, or even the suppliers who are hiring people to make fake orders, and which help them improvise their rating, overall rating. So Amazon has internally built that kind of a team which helps identify those. So the main key areas, skill set, basically, if you look at Excel, SQL, this is everywhere you need this. A little bit of programming knowledge, data modeling, and data warehouse ETL knowledge. Statistic, if you are already aware of, well and good, but over the period of time also, you will be able to understand and grab that information. Critical thinking is very, very important, and data visualization, wherein you should be having, more knowledge of how to represent that data, so that even the leaders can, or the top management can consume it in a very easy manner. They need not to spend a lot of time to analyze that. So this is data analyst role, whereas a little bit of technical knowledge would be required, not very tech heavy. Whereas data engineer and data scientist, very huge, heavily tech loaded, wherein you need a good and a good understanding of Python, basically. Python, R, Java, Scala, and so on. And even in the data scientist case as well, you need to go into that way. If you have that, you can easily start your career, if you're at the beginning of your career. But if you need to migrate, then I would say from mid-level to the senior level, then data analyst would be a good skill to add in your CV, so that you can upskill very easily within your organization or outside your organization, because this skill is very, very important for you to analyze the data and suggest more inputs as per the market trends, as per the technology, as per the data which we are getting from our different product line, or the customers, right? Looking at the salary, so uh, you know a decent, or you can say at above par, salaries are, these people are generally taking, data analyst to data scientist. There is a slight variation, but it completely depends on your knowledge and your skill set. But these are just the numbers. It can vary. Okay. But you have a decent scope currently in the market, and it is one of the highly paid organized jobs. Now, how to be certified in terms of data analyst, because Microsoft generally specifically providing a certification which is called as PL300, Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst. Okay. One thing is, uh, it's coming from Microsoft. Microsoft is a very, very renowned organization, wherein you will be easily integrate with a lot of other tools, majorly database to web applications, all those platform owned by Microsoft. And even now they are coming up with a Power Platform, which are leading us to a low code, no code platforms. Power BI, Power Apps, desktop flows are nothing but it's a elevation wherein you do not require to code, rather you can easily create applications, reports, dashboards, scoreboards by just dragging and dropping things. So it is that easy. Okay. So having this kind of a skill set in your CV will definitely elevate and help you gain an edge over the competitors. So you just simply need to enroll into Microsoft PL300 examination, and you need to start preparing for the exam. This is where we as a Tech Canvas help you, support you, give you training exposures, and help you understand the deep, knowledge of these kind of tools, make you learn Power BI, so that you can utilize this, in the upcoming future for your organization, for yourself, with a very, very practical examination, practical way. And then Once you feel that you are prepared, you can go ahead and do the certification through Microsoft. The certification will also give you a logo which you can add in your CV, and the validation is for 1 year. Every major or minor organization preferring to hire people who are having this kind of a skill set or the certification, because this will add a lot of weightage in your CV. Objectives. Here in this webinar, we'll also touch base on the key aspect and the areas which this certification focus on, and we'll understand there are main four key skill areas which we need to be have a decent or a good knowledge to crack this certification. Preparing the data. So data modeling, you should be aware of which all areas the data will come from, the source awareness, the data structure awareness, which query we will be using to connect to the data sets through these tools and then load it and then model the data. Model the data require a lot of data modeling concept, DBMS concept, and sanitizing of your data, transforming of your data so that you can make your data analysis ready, and then visualizing means depicting all that inferences which we are taken out from the data into a visual manner. That is very, very important. Currently, some around 25 to 30% of the question will come from this particular three areas. The last is manage and secure Power BI, means how to manage those reports and dashboard which we have created, how to present them to the different audiences and sort of things will be handled in this particular area. And the weightage and the number of questions you will get here is somewhere around 15 to 20%. Now let's look at all these topics into detail and what kind of a skill goes into it. So first topic wherein you will be how to connect to the data, right? So these are the key areas: get or connect to the data, profile and clean the data, and transform the data. So there are different components Power BI has to offer, using which we offer that. Not only Power BI, these components you can utilize using Excel as well. People are not aware. Excel is in itself is a very, very good and very, very a strong tool, but it has some limitation. But similar kind of a feature is already available in Excel, which we generally don't know. So when you learn all these skills using Power BI, you'll also get to implement the similar kind of things in Excel as well. Okay, so both things are available because Excel has a limitation. That is where we are using BI tool. BI tool has lot of features to offer, which can easily be helping you to do a lot of complex and report things into Power BI. Helps you automate a lot of things wherein you are putting a lot of effort and into creating some report which you can completely automate using Power BI, and also help simply share it with larger audience as well, which is very difficult in case of Excel. Direct query and import mode is very, very important topics to cover and understand how to prepare that. These are the two methods wherein you will be connecting, utilizing these, you will be connecting to your source tools. Evaluate data before loading. So once we clean and sanitize our data, we generally look at and validate whether the data is coming up correctly or not. There should not be any null or redundant values. Null values would not be there. The data should be clean and sanitized, and we need to be aware that the data is analysis ready, right? Creating fact and dimension table, this is nothing but a stepping stone for us to create a data model. Very important to understand because a lot of question comes from this particular area. Direct query mode, how to relate these two tables together or three tables together to create a consolidated report in Power BI is very, very important. This is where you will gain those knowledge. And all these things, we generally do it practically so that people can understand. Even if they're coming from a completely different background, we generally help them understand from the core concepts itself so that people can gain a lot of knowledge, and they need not to go any other place to get those, skill set again. Uh, so append query and merge query, these are the two different types of internal queries are available, which Power BI has to offer. And in different scenarios, you can utilize both these. So these are the key areas, key topics which you should be aware of to prepare for that particular prepare that data segment. And some other skill set like resolve data import errors, configuration, and group and aggregate rows. So there are a lot of aggregation and grouping which will be required, which you can do it through this. Second area is model the data. There, that is where we will be using how to design and implement the semantic model, create some schemas and all sort of things. That is where core DBMS skill sets are required. And we are, as as part of the course, touch basing all these aspects from the granular level so that people can gain deeper understanding of this, because this is the heart of the analysis. If your semantic models are not coming up correctly, you are not able to do analysis properly, right? Because the data is not coming, it's like garbage in, garbage out. So we are not getting the clean data, will not be able to get the clean insights out of the data. Very simple. So these are the core topics where which you need to be completely aware of to crack the certification. Role playing dimension, you need to be aware that in different scenarios you may need to relate two tables in two different fields. So you need to understand which about role playing dimensions. So there is a key feature available in Power BI wherein you can utilize two or more fields to connect to two different tables, and different scenarios you can utilize different things. Relationship, cardinality, cross filter direction are the key concepts for DBMS people to be aware of. These generally are core concepts for the database administrator while creating a databases. They use this. So here in Power BI training also, we very deeply make sure that people are understanding with the help of practical scenarios also. Implicit measures. So Power BI provide implicit and explicit two types of measures. Measures are nothing but how to create and implement business logic within our reports so that we can get the information out. So these are the to be done with the help of measures. So there are two types of measures available: implicit and explicit. So implicit measure can be easily identified with the help of these kind of a sigma option. Generally in mathematics, sigma means summation, but here you can consider it as sum, max, average, count, min, count, this thing. Any aggregation you can understand can be utilized using sigma option. DAX functions. Power BI supports 200 plus DAX functions, which are categorized into these many categories. And it's very, very important to understand. Excel, the formulas, you all might be using a lot of Excel formulas. So these are nothing but the DAX function. Excel has a limitation where Power BI is even more utilizing and giving you more freedom to use more DAX functions, even more which Excel has to offer. So you have more leverage, and all the basic DAX function you will find here, like VLOOKUP, some aggregation function, logical expression, even more Power BI provides you. There are a lot of date functions available here, which generally is very difficult to find in Excel. You need to take longer route to identify or all these values, wherein Power BI upfront give you all those options so that you can easily utilize different functions for different scenarios. Other skills like how to configure table and column, properties, create measures and using quick measures, identify use case, calculate room and all that thing, create calculated table, etc. Visualize and analyze the data. The third segment from where 25 to 30% of the questions will come. The key areas basically how to create reports, dashboards, apps, enhance usability of a report, storytelling with the help of data, identifying patterns, trends, all sort of things will go into visualization, everything related to visualization. You need to be aware of different types of visual elements, graphs, in which scenario, which graphs to be used, and sort of things. Because if you're not able to represent your data in a proper manner, and the audience is not able to consume what you want to do, tell them with the help of those visual elements, the the motive is not solved at that point in time. So as an analyst, as a data analyst or a business analyst, it is your core competency and requirement that all these information needs to be depicted in a right sort of visual element. These are very, very important. Here in our course pack, we completely touch base all on all those visual areas and tell them in different scenarios where all different visual elements can be used. So there are different types of visual element. Apart from using the same sort of visual element, there has to be some, uh, you know, uh, variations for the audience who is consuming. So we also tell them which all set of visuals you can replace representing similar kind of a situation. Not only always use pie chart or bar charts, to represent your data. We also need to provide them variety, right? So all these things we generally teach them. Formatting setting. Lot of times we have seen that complex looking problem can be easily interpreted with the help of one, a better and a correct visual. Second, doing a proper formatting setting. Okay, if you can do that, you can utilize conditional formatting, use heat map, use different sort of colors like red, amber, green to depict different thing. Red for danger, green for good areas. All these things are very, very important in terms of visualization and storytelling. Conditional formatting, as I said, there are a lot of options available: slicing, filtering, and sorting. Now, here you also need to be aware of how to slice and dice the data, drill down, drill up in the same sort of data, in the same visual element, how all these things, features can be, established. Date, visual calculations, tool tips, syncing slicers, and buttons, bookmarks. All these are very, very important aspect of visual element, which will help you take your report from one level to another level. It will simply elevate. User will, get a feeling that they are not even checking the particular report, rather they are accessing a website. So how you can elevate your reports using these features is also we taught. Layering and sections, designing particular reports for mobile user audience, analyze feature, use AI visual elements. Now there are a lot of AI features inbuilt. These particular tool Power BI has to offer, and different steps. Uh, Power BI provides us a lot of AI flavor, identifying data types to identifying automatically identifying the relationship, the cardinalities, considering the people who are using this may not be coming from that particular domain. They may not be having that strong knowledge. So that is where Power BI helps you based on its own artificial intelligence. It also has a very, very strong feature called Q&A, which use the same technique called NLP, natural language processing, which Copilot, ChatGPT, Meta is using. It's a prompt-based engineering, and as and when you just simply need to type in your question here in a plain, simple language, and Power BI gives you the answer. Apart from that, there are a lot of AI, inbuilt visual element also they are launching, like key influence visual decomposition tree, which will give you even more deeper insights from the data the moment we depict that or use those visual elements. Reference lines, forecasting, prediction. Now all those forecasting prediction, you need to write algorithms using Python R. Here, utilizing these particular tools, you don't need to write any algorithm. Rather, you can utilize these features to predict and forecast things. All these analysis help you identify outlier and anomalies as well, and key additional features are available. A very, very detailed webinar we have already done few months back on the same thing, cracking how to crack PL 300 certification. You can also go ahead and look at that complete webinar in detail. There are a lot of more other aspect also which we discussed there. So please go and visit Tech Canvas website, and you can go through that webinar as well. The other topic is manage and secure Power BI. This is where we teach power, users how to share all these reports to other audience within your company or outside your company or within your client, with your clients. So there are different types of options how to create where workspaces, apps, and administer the reports and schedule refreshes. All these things we are the key skill areas which comes under this particular topic. Publish, create dashboards, configure subscripts, data alerts, gateways, schedule refresh, assign roles, and RLS, role-level security, which allows you to restrict your data as and when user access, right? Now, before I open the forum for Q&A, you can log into Tech Canvas website, wherein you will get the detailed outline of our courses. And the next Power BI batch we are going to start is from the upcoming weekend, which is 4th of October. And the key highlights of this particular training is this entire course is being created by the skilled experienced resources who are having more than 19 years of experience, and all these training is being done in a highly practical manner. There are a lot of problem statements, real time problem statement also we offer, interactive online sessions, and e-learning. You'll get the recordings as well, and a lot of quiz, case studies, mini projects are also part of this training. So you can log into Tech Canvas website to get more details. And now I'll open this forum for any question and answer.
Sir, Priyank sir, this is Madhuri.
Yes,
Uh,
Madhuri.
Sorry to interrupt. Sir, actually, before starting the QA, I just request the participants to turn on their camera for 1 minute so that I can take a snapshot of today's session to save it as a memory.
Sure.
Right.
So it's a request for each and every candidate to please turn on and come on the cam so that we can take a snapshot if possible.
Sir, can you please stop sharing for 1 minute?
Sure, I'll do that.
Yes, I would request everyone to turn on their camera. It's just a second, 1 second thing. So I would request everyone, if possible, they can turn on their camera. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
One more thing, like
And
sharing a feedback form for this session. So I would request everyone to, submit that form so that whoever will submit this form, they will get a recording of this particular webinar session. And I'm also sharing a WhatsApp community group for Power BI course from Tech Canvas. So where you can get all the exclusive resources, instant support and doubt clearing from Tech Canvas team. and continuous updates on Power BI. So you can join that community group through the link. I am sharing it in the chat box.
Any questions by anyone?
One
Anything
question,
if you want? Yeah.
apart from Power BI training, is there any special focus given for clearing the certification, PO300?
Right. So basically, see, all any type of certification is help you, get that weightage in your CV. So I'll tell you, okay, I'm also an corporate employee, and our company is big time hiring freshers who have this kind of a skill set. And many a times we have seen that people are, just shifting and migrating their career from mechanical engineering or automobile engineering to IT. Now they don't have any sort of skill into IT, but actually they are just simply wanted to get jobs quickly, and that is where they are simply going ahead and taking these certification and then coming, starting their career, right? Now, for us who all are already experienced, how we will make sure that we have this kind of a skill set, right? So certification is certainly help you gain that edge. One. Second, since it is coming from Microsoft is very, very reliable source to get a certification from, and their weightage is too much, right? And we all know that almost 90, 95%, 99% of the organization big time use Microsoft product. If you have a certification in any of these particular platform, Microsoft platform, you are going to, integrate easily with, they know that you have that lot of, already that kind of a skill set where you whatever is required, right? So that will certainly gain the edge. And within the organization also, whether it is a medium level or a big level, they are pushing their resources to go ahead and gain that certification. The moment they successfully clear that certification, they also reimburse that amount. Okay, it's a one time amount, I guess.